if we could address you directly right now?
Everything comes full circle.
That's number one.
I don't tell him what questions to ask me.
There are a lot of people around town that have the same question.
Brush my teeth. I'm a good watch in the morning.
I can't confirm or deny.
You know, just keep going a little bit longer here, Mike. Keep going a little bit longer.
Is Newhouse Afternoon.
Welcome into Newhouse Afternoon on this Thursday afternoon on ESPN Radio Syracuse 97.7. If you're watching us on QSportsDoc.com, hello, welcome. It's our final show of the semester. It's been a great year here at the desk with y'all. Griffin Bloomstein speaking alongside Jasleen Salinas and Timmy Weiss. We got a packed show. We'll talk some Syracuse football. It's draft day. Happy draft day.
Happy draft day.
Have you seen the movie Draft Day?
No,
I actually haven't either. Somehow,
I'm not
I've seen bits and pieces.
I'm not surprised by you,
but not
though.
the whole thing.
Timmy's not cultured, so.
all right, whatever you say.
You haven't seen a lot of movies. We've learned throughout this show.
That might be true, but you know.
But I haven't seen that
okay.
one either, so I can't hate too bad.
Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner. It's a great movie. We'll have to watch it, and then we'll talk some lacrosse. We'll talk about the weather. Because it's beautiful outside.
Beautiful day.
Did you get outside, Timmy?
I've been outside whenever I can. I've had class all day, so that's a little bit annoying. But other than that, I'll
probably head outside after this show and soak up the sun.
Yeah, I think that might be the best idea for us after we have this hour.
Sunny.
75 and sunny.
Reminded me of that California
you can't complain.
weather.
California weather. Yep.
Feels like you're at home for Jazz. She's from California. For those tuning in, so.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's get right into it. We got a busy weekend coming up for Syracuse men's lacrosse. It's not a top 10 showdown because Syracuse is number 11 in the Inside Lacrosse Bowl. But North Carolina coming to the Dome on Saturday. It's a 5 p.m. opening face-off. North Carolina is number 8 in the country. They're pretty good. Coming off a loss, though, to Notre Dame, which North Carolina's winning by a lot. Notre Dame came back. What do you expect North Carolina to bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to bring a ton to the table. This is just straight up a really good team. I mean, there's a reason they're the number 8 team in the nation. Any team in the ACC is a really good team in college lacrosse. And the one thing that Syracuse needs to look out for is the North Carolina defense is really, really good. I mean, they allow under 9 goals a game, which is the 5th best in the country, best in the ACC. So the Syracuse scorers are going to have to figure it out. I mean, they're coming off the game against Duke, where they only scored 7 goals, which is their lowest this season. Tied for also against Maryland, they also had 7. But the offense has got to figure it out for this one, honestly.
Yeah, I think this matchup is pretty exciting wrapping up the season, but it's going to be pretty difficult. UNC is ranking 2nd in the nation in their face-off percentages at .646. So I feel like that's been giving them that consistent possession in this game. If they come off strong against the Cuse, it's going to be kind of difficult, I think, for Syracuse to kind of lock that down.
I think Syracuse is going to get its possessions. I think what kind of struck them last game is not capitalizing when they get possessions. The shots on goal just were not there in the first half against Duke. And if you're going to do that again against another ACC team, not really likely you're going to get the win. Syracuse, I mean, you cannot go scoreless in the first quarter again.
Yeah.
You can't go scoreless in 2 quarters like you did against Duke. I think it's going to be an interesting test. North Carolina's defense, led by Dave Petramalo, one of the greatest lacrosse coaches in the history. Coached at Hopkins for 20 years. I mean, that guy's just a bona fide star coach. And he coached at Syracuse a couple of years ago for 1 year under Gary Gates' first year. He just knows how to coach defense. And so he's going to put Joey Spallina into some tough spots. And then you don't even talk about UNC's offense, which is led by his son, Dom Petramalo.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that there's the family connection right there. I mean, he's really, really good, too. It's not just like he's some random scorer that's his son that, happens to be decent at lacrosse. No, he's the best player on this team. He scores over 3 goals a game, best in the ACC. I mean, it's a big challenge for the Syracuse defense. We were just saying, the Syracuse offense has to be good, but this North Carolina team, what makes them so good is that they're good on all fronts, and it's going to be really challenging for Syracuse, honestly.
Yeah. After that loss against Duke, I'm a little nervous for this game going into UNC. I think overall that was that orange play was something I feel that we haven't really seen too much. I feel like they were lacking on both fronts. Like you said, offensively and defensively, this team was kind of a mess, to be honest.
Yeah. There's no other way to put it. Syracuse's defense, although only limited Duke to 11 goals, like, you got to be better. You got to be better. Can't be playing chip. You can't be playing too aggressive when you're already falling behind. No, I'm all for physical lacrosse, but more so when you're ahead, not so when you're trying to fight back. It's hard to fight back when you're just getting on the man down. You're letting the opposing team get extra man opportunities. For Syracuse, it's all the talk about Joey Spallina. I mean, every single time anyone's talking about this team, you have to bring up Joey Spallina. He's the best player on the field at all times, almost, if you're not playing C.J. Kirst or some other players. But
one of the best players in the country, yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
One of,
yeah. There's a couple guys, I'd say maybe put ahead of him, but yeah, he is definitely one of the best guys, probably top 5 in college lacrosse.
He's definitely like the Syracuse X factor for men's lacrosse.
But 1 point against Cornell, people said, okay, don't show up after playing really well against Notre Dame. Then he goes out, has 5 points against Duke last weekend, but in a loss. 5 points out of the 7 goals from Syracuse. Is the fraud watch over? Like, is Joey Spallina can't play against the top 10 teams? Is that talk over, even though he showed up against Duke, but Syracuse lost?
Well, you look at the box score and you see 5 points in the game, and that's really good. I mean, if you look at 5 points, that's very good. That's going to be one of the best marks of any player in ACC play and maybe even in the country. But if you look at the second half, he had just 1 point. Duke completely shut him down from the second quarter when Joey Spallina was cooking. I mean, really, he was doing awesome things.
He was involved in all 4 goals.
He was involved in all of them, and he was just looked really good. He looked like the Spallina that we know, that we love, but when it got to the second half, Duke made adjustments. And this has been a worry now because against Cornell, he had 0 points in the second half. So teams are making adjustments to deal with Spallina, and he's not able to adjust currently.
Yeah. I feel like this conversation of Spallina being inconsistent or not showing up against ranked opponents circulates every few games. And quite frankly, it's kind of annoying. I think that a player like this who's so well known and is, an X factor for the team doesn't perform consistently every single time. And I just feel that especially in this upcoming game against UNC, I kind of feel like the pattern's just going to continue, that he's not going to show up once again for the Orange.
I don't think it matters whether he shows up or not. Obviously, if he shows up, it's more likely that Syracuse wins. If he doesn't show up,
that does matter.
I think it matters.
Your point exactly does matter.
The point is Syracuse needs to find a way to win. And if that's through Joey Spallina, then sure, great. If it's not, and then you're letting Owen Hiltz or Michael Leo or Luke Roa, Finn Thompson, if he's returning in this game again and he plays better than he did against Duke. If Peyton Anderson has a bounce-back game after a pretty rough game against Duke, no goals, no assists. If Syracuse can play and get a win through those guys rather than playing through Joey Spallina and still get a win, then that might be the way you need to play lacrosse.
But it's disappointing when you have a player like Spallina and you can't use him or depend on him.
I mean, he scored 5 points against Duke.
Yeah, it's good.
Lost.
It's good,
They
but
lost.
It's not good in the second half.
Right.
He was completely figured out in the second half.
So where were the adjustments?
The adjustments is that Duke was able to completely stop him.
Where were the Syracuse adjustments?
I know. That's what I'm saying, is that Syracuse needs to be able to adjust, to be able to get Spallina still involved, even when the defense is figuring him out.
Yeah.
Spallina has to be able to solve that problem. And I disagree with you that I think Syracuse probably needs Spallina to win these games. Because
they absolutely need Spallina.
Notre Dame, you look at the perfect example right there. Syracuse cruises to victory. Spallina has an awesome game. Cornell, 1 point, they lose by 5.
And then Duke, he had 5 points and they lost.
He had 5, but he didn't do anything in second half.
I think the Syracuse offense it lags when Spallina isn't showing up.
I agree with you in that point. But my take is, if Syracuse finds a way to win without going through Spallina every single play, that is okay. I am fine with it. Now,
I'm okay with it too.
Is it likely? Probably not. But I'm fine with it. Because at this point in the season, the last regular season game, Syracuse has 0 momentum. None. They're going backwards. 2 straight losses. for the second time this season. If Syracuse goes into the ACC tournament coming off 3 straight losses, it's going to be the 3 seed in the ACC tourney. I still think even if they lose in that, they still make the NCAA tournament. But that's besides the point. You have no momentum. You're going to go on the road then in the NCAA tournament. Syracuse, if they want to be considered tournament contenders, Final Four contenders, because those were the expectations. That was the minimum expectations set for this season. Final Four or bust.
I think that's honestly a good take, is that if Syracuse wants to be a true national championship contender, it can't be that you only win when Spallina shows up.
Right.
You have to be able to get that next level, and that you can beat the best teams even when Spallina doesn't show up. Because Spallina has proved he can't be consistent every single game.
Right.
He's not going to do it every single game.
And you shouldn't rely on him to be consistent every game.
I don't think it's a matter of the Orange relying. I just think that he's not utilized all the time. I don't know. I feel that like Spallina is I don't know. I just sucks that Syracuse can't win games unless Spallina is performing well.
That's somewhat true. But the teams that win national championships, most of the time, it's not because of one particular player. It's not because of one particular unit. Take Notre Dame last year. Yes, Pat Kavanaugh, ridiculously good. But their goalie was the best goalie in the nation, Liam Entenmann. They had other attackers. Chris Kavanaugh had Pat's brother. He's also pretty good.
Damn good.
There were other players around him that could step up if Pat had a bad quarter or a bad half. But Pat Kavanaugh didn't have a bad game. Like, he didn't go multiple games that did not play well. And you can't say the same about Syracuse right now. I mean,
and the thing is, too, that they have the players to do it. I do truly believe that. They have the talent to do it.
I agree with you 100%.
Well, we've seen that throughout the season on their wins. You know, we've seen the players show up. It's just this matter of consistency, and when it does matter towards the end of the season, I don't think they're going to come through. I don't think that the Orange are going to – I think the Orange will fall to UNC because of how inconsistent they are. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be back and forth.
If Syracuse can't beat a Duke program that is not as good as they have been in recent years, they lost their best scorer, Connor O'Neill.
Brennan
O'Neill. I was mixing him with Colin Shelburne, who's
really good. Yeah.
If they can't beat Duke and it didn't look close, how do you expect them to keep it close with UNC? Right?
I honestly think I think Syracuse is going to lose, but I do think playing in the Dome versus not playing in the Dome genuinely makes a big difference for this team.
How? What?
Because against ranked opponents away from home in the Gary Gate era, I think they are 1-8. But when they're in the Dome, I mean, they've showed they could beat Notre Dame, who's a really good team, who has only lost in ACC play was against Syracuse, and that was in the Dome, and you were dominant. So I think the Dome really makes a difference for this Syracuse.
Well, guess what? The ACC tournament, not in the Dome.
Exactly.
The NCAA tournament, besides the first round matchup, if you host it, not in the Dome. So Syracuse needs to figure out how to play games outside the Dome. Because 70 and sunny in the Dome, that's great. It was 80 and sunny in Durham, and look what that happened. Not a win. A lot to figure out for Syracuse men's lacrosse. And we're coming up on a break here on Newhouse Afternoon. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio Syracuse 97.7.
Fun segment.
They need a
nice argument there.
Yeah. I just figure out how to play away from your turf. You're not going to be playing on home turf that long.
That was Godkin that told me that.
What?
That stat.
About
1-8 away.
And their only win was against Johns Hopkins last year.
But that was neutral site. That's the thing.
Well, you said away from
you're
the
right.
Dome.
I said it wrong. I meant like a true away game.
A true away ranked game?
Yeah. Or like top 10. I think top 10 or something.
They don't have a true away top 10 road game.
But like in the, not this year, but like
in the Gate era. Last year the Hopkins win was Gary Gate's first top 10 win.
I know.
And that was a true road game. And they didn't have another one.
Well, that was a neutral site game.
Yeah. But that was the first top 10 win in the Gary Gate era.
Yeah.
And this year they don't have a road top 10 win.
Yeah, I know. That's been the struggle.
Why aren't the comments on my
Click it.
Oh, am I not? Oh. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I mean, this team has so much talent. Ridiculous talent.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're so good. They're so good.
So good, yet so not good.
So they just can't figure
Yet
it out.
so, perplexing.
Yeah.
Honestly, they might be the most perplexing team I've, watched and followed in a very
100%.
long time. So confusing. I cannot figure them out.
John Mullen's really good. Jimmy McCool did not even look bad against Duke.
No, he played well.
He looked
He actually made some
arguably,
really good saves.
solid. Not great. I wouldn't call him good. I wouldn't call him great, but solid.
He did pretty well.
You can
He
win.
made
You
some
can
nice
win
saves.
games when your opponent only scores 11 goals.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't get 4 shots on goal in 2 quarters combined.
Yeah.
That's,
I know.
you're not even putting the ball on target.
Stupid, so.
I don't know.
I'm saying.
It was a Trey Deer problem. Trey Deer needs to play. He's only playing on man up. In the last 4 games, Trey Deer has scored 2 goals on 2 shots, and those both came on the man up. Trey Deer has not played a single.
What, you think he should play?
He hasn't
really
played more than 5 minutes outside man up
Do you
opportunities.
think that actually would make a difference?
100%. He scored
I don't
4
know.
goals in back-to-back games.
Dude, but Finn Thompson's back now.
Finn Thompson wasn't back, but the 3 games before.
Yeah, but now that he's back,
You're telling me
gotta
Wyatt
play.
Hoddle or Tyler McCarthy or Tyler Cordes? I know the last 2 played.
Isn't Trey
play
Deer an
midfield.
attackman versus midfield? Yeah.
Yeah, but would you rather have Trey Deer or Wyatt Hoddle?
But he's a midfielder versus an attacker.
Wyatt Hoddle's an attackman.
Oh, he is?
The other 2 aren't. But I'm still making the point. On the field, I want my best players on the field.
I'd say scoring ability, Trey Deer versus Wyatt Hoddle.
What has been the problem the past 4 games? For the past 3 games?
Mostly
scoring. Yeah.
It's
So
games. Last 2 games.
So put
Not 3.
No, 3 games.
Actually.
I would also count the Notre Dame game.
Bro,
Syracuse
that's ridiculous. Nah.
could have used some extra goals in there.
Nah. What do you think, Jazz?
14 goals. 14 goals, not going to get it done a lot of the time. 14 goals wouldn't have got you done against Cornell. Trey Deer would have given you 2.
It's true, but you're playing the best offense in the nation, Cornell.
Yeah.
They're pretty damn
Does
good.
Trey Deer go against the Cornell offense, or does he go against the Cornell defense?
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. It's interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're passionate.
Yeah, it's good.
Keep it
Yeah,
going.
30 seconds.
Wait, I can't hear.
Oh, 30 seconds. 10-5. I'm just kidding. You ready? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
You want to lead?
Not just good, great.
Actually, you can.
No.
You
Right?
bring us in.
You want me to do it?
No, I literally can't hear. Unless you tell me when to
Could you hear the intro music?
No, I can't
We
hear
could go
any. Yeah,
we
can
could go
I can't hear
countdown.
any,
I'll give you
music.
You
3.
didn't hear the.
No intro,
Alright, well,
nothing.
I'll just.
Do you
point.
want to
I'll
give-
point.
Give a little.
Yeah, I'll give you a 3 second too. Yeah,
No, let's make it behind the.
0.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com. Tomorrow's broadcasting stars today. Broadcasting live from the campus of Syracuse University. This is Newhouse Afternoon.
Welcome back to Newhouse Afternoon on ESPN 97.7. I'm Jazzaline Salinas with Griffin Bloomstein and Timmy Weiss. Our last show of the semester. We've talked some men's lacrosse, but we're going to talk some Syracuse football. Spring game happened a couple weeks ago. When we were last on our show, actually, right? We were last on our show talking about that spring game. So much has happened since, so much movement going on, and recent announcement about a new QB who has committed.
Yeah.
Last night.
Steve Angeli.
Pretty big? Pretty big
big.
news?
Pretty big news.
Very big news.
Very exciting.
Is it exciting?
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Is it not exciting,
I'm
Griffin?
excited.
I think it's pretty exciting.
I don't know if I'm excited. I'm a little.
What are you, unhappy?
Are you upset?
I'm a little confused.
Okay.
I was told by Fran Brown that the starting quarterback was going to be Ricky Collins.
True,
That's right.
I was
But
also told
that was before Steve was in the portal.
That's true. It was before Steve committed. I'm not sure if it was before he was in the portal. But the point is, I was told all these great things about Ricky Collins in spring ball.
But now you have 2 great players. Better than one.
But I was told one thing, and I was expecting it. Now I don't know what to think. This Steve Angeli guy, he only has 700 career passing yards, which is more than Ricky Collins.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
I
was about to say.
Ricky Collins has not started a game at the college level. Now, Steve Angeli appeared in 19 games over the past 2 seasons with Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. Back up to Riley Leonard last season. Now, I looked at his highlights. Not awful.
He's not awful at all. He's a Notre Dame transfer.
I'm not sure
he played
what
in the
this
Orange Bowl last year.
hesitancy
He's a good player. He is a good quarterback that you are getting. This is one of the top, not like the top, but one of the top quarterbacks that is coming from the transfer portal, and you got him. So I don't know why
you are rated higher than Ricky Collins on 24/7.
And I don't. So that's why I don't know why you are.
I'm excited. I'm excited
because
he's definitely more experienced than Collins, and
that's true.
And I think that you not being excited is
making you more excited.
Yes, sure. No, you being not excited makes me more excited. No, I'm just wanting. I'm wondering what it is. This like hesitancy towards this this commit.
Syracuse had a guy named Kyle McCord.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Story time.
And then Syracuse went out into the transfer portal and got a guy named Ricky Collins, who's backed up Jaden Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier. And then they said, okay, Michael Johnson Jr. left. Got to bring another quarterback, which I was like, okay, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Syracuse needed another veteran
You're
quarterback.
with that. Okay.
No, I'm a big Jakari Williams fan. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I was kind of hoping he would be the backup quarterback. So, maybe that's why I'm a little disappointed. Not disappointed, confused.
So, it's just fandom for the
it's always fandom with you. You pick these players, and when it doesn't go your way.
It's not fandom. I believe in his ability to be a quarterback in the future. It's different. Anyways. So, they got this guy, and now people are having debates on who's going to start. Do you think Fran's going to take back his word and be like, okay, no, it's a competition?
I just would not understand why Angeli would come on a 50-50 chance that he would play. I really do think...
That's the good point.
That's the point. I don't think he would come here with his future up in the air, with at least some kind of verbal agreement between him and Fran about him starting.
I just think it makes more sense for Angeli to be the starting quarterback in general because of the experience he brings. I think it's worth noting that because he's coming from this Notre Dame team that just made the national championship last year, even though he was the backup quarterback, that experience is extremely huge. To have a quarterback who made the national championship, but also
sitting on the bench for the national championship.
Yes,
but still there.
It was still the national championship of the new college football playoff, which no one else has experienced. And you're getting a guy from a team that made the national championship in the new college football playoff.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
Yeah. Syracuse has 2 backup quarterbacks. That's what I've learned. Syracuse has 2 backup quarterbacks that are fighting for a starting spot. I don't think Fran explicitly would say, hey, Steve Angeli, you're the starting quarterback.
But I also don't think Steve Angeli would come without a 80% chance or whatever, more than 50-50.
I disagree.
And it cannot be 60-40, so it has to be 70-80.
Why can't it be 60-40?
Because I still don't think that's enough to get a commit like him here.
He could have gone other places.
Yeah.
Easily could have gone other places.
He could have stayed with Notre Dame. I think there is no shot Fran Brown said, okay, you are 80% the starter. You have an 80% shot.
75.
I don't even think it's greater than 50. I think this is Ricky Collins' job, unless there's some injury problem that nobody knows about except Fran Brown. But it seemed by Fran Brown's accord after that spring game that Ricky Collins is fine, and it was all a precaution.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Ricky Collins is the quarterback.
Is that because Fran gave his word, or truly...
I trust Fran Brown's word.
So you think that Fran would make a decision based off a verbal...
Fran did not have to name a starting quarterback in April. He didn't have to, but he did. All knowing that he was probably going to go add another quarterback out of the transfer portal. Now, if he went out and grabbed Nico Iamaleava, then okay, fine. He's starting quarterback day one. But he didn't. He grabbed a backup from Notre Dame.
A good backup.
A good backup from Notre Dame. And he also has a good backup from LSU. And now they're both here at Syracuse.
So let's just say
I think they're both fighting
Fran
for it.
never named a starting quarterback.
He did.
Let's just
Okay,
say,
fine,
though,
fine.
in this hypothetical situation, would you go with Angeli? Would you choose Angeli to start?
I don't have enough information.
Well, what my thing is and why I would choose Angeli over Collins is just, I think if you want to win games, you go with Angeli. Because he's a winner. He's coming from a winning program.
He's a bench player. He's not a
He's still a winner. He's still a winner. I don't care if he's been just a bench player.
He's
played games for Notre Dame. And he's won games.
Is the student manager a winner at Notre Dame?
Okay, he's not a student man. He's still a college football quarterback, and could be Syracuse's quarterback now. And I just don't think with Ricky Collins that you're putting more of a risk. I think that's a better way to put it. Is if you put Ricky Collins out there as your starting quarterback, he might have more upside. I think he does have a little bit more upside than Angeli.
I agree.
But I think Angeli's the safer choice.
I do agree. And a thought that came to my mind just now is like, just to play devil's advocate, right? And let's just say Griffin is not right, but whatever you want to call it, I think Fran bringing in a player like Angeli could definitely put a fire under Collins to lock in and prove that he should be starting. And maybe that'll make him a better player. Maybe it's all strategic.
Imagine that was his scheme all along.
Or
just bring him in, just so that Collins has even more fun. I know,
not just so, but that
imagine.
competitiveness between each other, that healthy, good competitiveness, that competition could possibly spark two really good quarterbacks.
And
who
this
knows?
this was my thought. You know who split college time in college?
I had the exact same thought,
The
Griffin.
quarterback position.
Story
I
time.
had some guy named Tom Brady.
Tom Brady and Drew Hansen.
Yeah.
Drew Henson. Shout out Drew Henson out of Michigan.
Shout out.
And Tom Brady out of Michigan. Guess what? They split reps in college. They played both of them
That's
played.
right.
Now Ricky Collins can actually run. Tom Brady can't.
True.
But
hey, Tom, that Tom Brady 40-yard dash video.
yeah,
It's blazing. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, super blazing.
No, but
This is another situation.
I would
This is
be.
another.
Would you hate splitting reps at quarterback?
I think.
Have some
No.
fun.
I mean,
Drew
it's
Henson
so
wasn't much of a
weird.
runner
It's
either.
so weird to think that Syracuse would be splitting reps
No team does
at
it
quarterback.
anymore.
That is so weird. No one does that.
Teams.
That is just such a weird concept. It's so hard to create chemistry in your team when you just have two quarterbacks.
But there's already
week in, week out.
There's a hard schedule.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
I think we
Why
could
not?
see stuff shake up though throughout the season. I think
That'd
that's
be interesting.
very fair.
As a fan, I would love to watch that. I think that would be kind of.
I think it'd
fun
be
to
the big.
see.
It's gonna be the big story all season. Is this guy had a bad game? Should this guy come in?
Oh,
Yeah.
this
Every game.
If Ricky Collins or whoever the starter is against Tennessee goes and throws 3 interceptions, the next day it's gonna be okay. Where's Steve Angeli?
I know.
The next, not even the day later, the post-game show. Boom.
And I think because of that pressure, that's going
I
to.
think they're gonna play better.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think I could
That's gonna
argue
be
that.
tough. All right.
We'll see.
Well, it's draft day today.
It is.
Happy draft day. We already said that Timmy and Jazz both have not watched the draft day movie, which
But we will. But we're going to
after
hopefully
this,
in the
yeah,
future.
yeah,
After
exactly.
this, actually,
Yeah.
we're going to watch it outside.
Right. I'm incredibly disappointed because that movie is awesome. Really, really awesome. People think it's overrated because, it's fake, yada, yada, yada.
All movies are fake.
But, wow.
Wow.
You just ruined a couple of kids' lives. Childhood gone. Not Timmy's because he didn't really watch movies.
I've watched movies, guys.
No, you haven't.
I promise. Some.
It's a great movie. But there are some Syracuse football players that might get drafted. Who is the first Syracuse player getting picked? Probably not tonight. Round 1 is going to be a little tough for Syracuse to get some goals.
Yeah, I'd say
if Kyle
first
McCord
day.
goes round 1, Timmy, I will give you a handshake and $5 in my
Wait,
hand.
how come I can't get a handshake and $5?
Sure.
So
there you go, $10
I won't,
down the drain.
Well, you won't be getting the handshake and $5 because McCord's not going to go round one.
No.
But out of everyone in the draft, if I had to pick one guy to go first, I think it is close between two. I think it's close between McCord and Gadsden. But I think Arande Gadsden is going to go first.
Wow.
Of all the Orange players.
Over McCord.
And you know, the most likely answer is yeah, McCord probably could go, but I want to say Gadsden because he's always had NFL just written all over him, and I think some team is going to see that and just fall in love with him a bit, and just want him so bad that they just decided draft him maybe above McCord.
So you think between McCord and Gadsden, it's between those
I
two?
think between those two would make sense.
I think I would argue for Allen, LaQuinn Allen. I think I would argue.
He's so tough.
He is a tough player, yeah. Very
I
good,
would
very good
argue
player.
between Cal McCord and LaQuinn Allen. Just for the sake of this, I think I'm going to go with LaQuinn Allen.
Wow.
Not in the
Wow.
maybe
That
not
would
in
be
the
a
first
shock.
not in the first 2 rounds, maybe second or third round.
Whoa.
Wow,
Maybe
okay.
third.
Shock the world. If LaQuinn Allen goes
That
in
would
the
be
second
kind of
round.
crazy. But I definitely think
I'd be
third
wild.
round, LaQuinn Allen.
Wow.
All right. Interesting.
I mean,
I'll go
he's
with it.
one of the more versatile running backs. He was 500 yards in the air, 1,000 on the ground, over 15 touchdowns. He had a great season for Syracuse.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I'm worried. I think he might slip.
I think
in the
he will.
draft.
Really?
I think
he
he's
might.
gonna slip.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
There's
because he
so
doesn't.
many good running backs.
There's so many good running backs, and although I love LaQuinn Allen, and I think he's an awesome receiving talent at running back, his athleticism is not.
What?
It's not the level of the other guys.
He hurdled someone.
Yeah, I know it's awesome, but it's not Genty, and I mean it's not like these. I know
You just named a
Genty's
top 10 pick.
but it's not Genty or Hampton or it's not. It's not
Hampton's
that.
gonna be a first rounder too.
Yeah, but still, these are different levels
Yeah,
of athleticism.
And that's
But
why
I-
those guys are going in the first round.
Right. So for the
But
third
still.
round, I think that LaQuinn Allen matches up to some of the other players at
see.
least
We'll
with
see.
athleticism.
We'll see. I
Maybe
think
we
his
should make
athleticism's
that
great,
deal.
but
I don't know.
at the
$10.
level of these guys now, it's pretty insane. So
Yeah.
My-
What are you thinking,
my-
Griff?
I'm not going to give who goes first because I think it's just going to be Kyle. But I think my dark horse to get drafted, and I am surprised that a lot of people do not have Marlo Wax getting drafted in their mock drafts. What Marlo Wax did this season, even when he was injured, was good. Yeah, he had a good season, tough because he was injured. But you look at his last season, 110 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 4 sacks and an interception. Now, he's a little smaller than your typical linebacker. But this is a guy, if he gets on an NFL roster, I think he can prove himself and be a quality linebacker.
I think he's a hard worker. I think that's a key that every NFL team will like about him. I think the same is said about Fidel Diggs. You know, I think he'll be a late round draft pick. I think he'll go. We'll see, but
Yeah.
I think he'll get drafted.
I
There's
agree.
a lot. Happy draft day, as we said. Maybe we'll catch that movie later this week once we wrap up some
Grab the popcorn
finals.
later.
But catch us after this break. We're going to talk much more, hopping into women's lacrosse.
The 3-1.
Word. So no draft days.
Never seen it.
I've
seen clips.
It just
I've seen
got
parts.
on
I think
Netflix.
I have seen clips of it on TikTok before. Like I know what
Classic.
what-
Shock.
TikTok.
I mean, that just shocks me.
Nice.
It's really bad
So
how
you've,
TikTok
so
has
you've basically
become-
seen the movie.
That's how I feel
Okay.
with those TikTok recaps. It feels like a fast-paced movie.
I don't have TikTok anymore, but I
But-
remember
Neither do I.
Oh,
I used to
okay.
always
Subtle
watch-
flex.
I used to see those like little
Yeah,
like, clips.
it would be like part 1,
Yeah.
and then part 2, part 3, part 4,
Part one,
and then
yeah,
it's
and then
just
you
this
just watch it
endless
all.
scrolling. And by the time an hour goes by, I've seen the movie already.
And you get so pissed off though, like when they just forget to like include the other parts. So it's like just part 1, and then it's
right,
like,
and all the comments
bro,
are like, "Can you post the next part?"
it's like-
right now.
So-
yeah.
That is exactly true.
Yeah, Jordan made a funny joke.
Yeah.
So sorry, you can't hear
I
that.
can't
Wait,
see-
that's crazy.
He said the last part's never there.
It doesn't even hit. Like I can't
Exactly.
even laugh.
Like-
Like I thought we were laughing at me, so I was like, oh yeah.
Not laughing at you.
Yeah, okay.
It's true though. Like,
I mean, Quinn Allen's pretty tough.
yeah, so tough.
I remember thinking like, oh yeah.
Jordan
that was
doesn't
a good
watch
one.
movies either, guys. So
Does he not?
apparently, no.
So
So
now we can make fun of another person for not watching movies.
But I think there's
Jordan,
like.
that's totally okay, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
at all.
you say it's
Love it.
okay because
You
you,
and Timmy
haven't
should
seen
go
movies.
watch a movie. Go to the theater. What's
Go
that?
to the
What's in the movie
theater,
theater?
bro.
When was the last time you went to the movie theater?
I
That
don't
is a
remember. There
great
is a movie
question.
out right now called The Sinners with Michael B. Jordan,
Really?
and supposedly it's supposed to be pretty good.
Is it really?
I haven't seen it. I also want to see the Minecraft movie. Probably going this
You're
weekend.
going to watch some Minecraft.
Probably gonna go see that this weekend.
I
That's
have no
hilarious.
interest in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
I don't know if I have.
Did you not play
interest, but-
Minecraft growing up?
No, never played.
Wow.
Never played Minecraft.
Really?
Not a Minecraft.
You're gonna be shocked because I'm shocked by that because I'd never meet anyone else that didn't play Minecraft, but I didn't
What?
play Minecraft.
I was a
that doesn't-
Minecraft
I
demon.
mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense. And the
Yeah,
fact
What
that-
does that
it's not that
mean?
surprising.
I
You're
had it on my
gaming.
iPad, on my Xbox. Like
That makes
loved
sense. It's
Minecraft.
crazy.
the fact that Timmy has not played Minecraft does not shock
Okay,
me.
I
also.
played it, but I
You
didn't play it
shocked-
growing up. Like I've played it before though. Like
I was not a Minecraft guy.
Wow.
yeah, I was.
Not
I loved Minecraft, and
yeah,
I can't wait to see the movie.
can't
I've heard bad reviews about the
Okay.
movie, but I still have to go watch it just because, like,
It's not a movie.
It's like
an
nostalgic.
It's an experience. I heard.
exactly, it's nostalgic.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater. Had to be pre-COVID.
Oh, actually, you
pre-COVID,
know what? I went.
Right?
I
Is it too
went
late to
over
post this
Thanksgiving
photo?
break with my dad to Gladiator 2.
Oh,
Good movie. Good
I
movie.
I think the Gladiator series, or I guess
The two movies.
the two movies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say trilogy, even though it's
yeah,
not.
the two
three.
movies. Yeah,
Are some of my favorite movies.
they're so good.
They're amazing.
They're so good. I mean, the first one is the best.
For sure.
By
what
far.
But the second one
The second one
was
is
great.
very. I like the
was
second
like
one, yeah.
amazing. The second movie's always the worst, but I think
Yeah,
it was
It was
really good.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was a big fan.
What if
I love that you've seen
told
that.
you-
I feel like I would have believed you if you said you've never seen it before.
never seen the Gladiator movie?
What?
That's great. I mean, not even
Can I
the
post this?
first one. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna post this.
I mean, we're already more than halfway through the show.
It's okay.
Say like yo like.
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's fine. No one has to know.
Yep. No, never seen that.
Your face.
Never seen
You like
Gladiator.
it? Yeah, I just like was like posting up. I like didn't make any reaction. I do look so bored there.
Yep. Timmy and funny. Two words that go
Thanks, man.
together like peanut
Dude,
butter and
thanks.
applesauce.
What?
That's the
What are you
joke.
talking about? Wait, what'd you say?
I said Timmy and funny. Two words that go together like peanut butter and applesauce. Wow, that was funny.
I don't get it.
Oh, he's not
Just they don't
waving
go
hi to
together.
me.
What?
They don't go together.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. Oh my god.
See, now Jazz is laughing.
She's not laughing, is she? She's not laughing.
All right,
bro.
15 seconds.
I'm not laughing.
Tim, is you?
Yeah.
Watch your favorite
Yeah,
ESPN
the
Syracuse
relax.
sports talk shows on QSportsTalk.com. Tomorrow's broadcasting stars today. Broadcasting live from the campus of Syracuse University. This is Newhouse Afternoon.
Welcome back into Newhouse Afternoon on ESPN 97.7. I'm Timmy Weiss alongside Griffin Bloomstein and Jazeline Salinas. We've been breaking down a lot of Syracuse sports as we always do. We talked about the Syracuse men's lacrosse game this weekend against North Carolina, a big one. And we also talked some Syracuse football with some big news and quarterback Stephen Jelly coming in to the Orange. But now we got to talk about a season that hasn't been going that well. You know, the vibes are pretty low right now because Syracuse women's lacrosse fell 15-10 to number 12 Stanford last night in the ACC championships. And guys, I mean, this team has just not had the season that it was hoping for, and unfortunately, now they're on the cusp of making the NCAA tournament. I think that they will make it, but things are looking rough after the game last night.
Yeah, looking rough is definitely an understatement, I think.
Oh.
this
I don't disagree with you.
this season has I can't even say it's been a roller coaster. It's just been going downhill.
I think there was points where you believed because
I believed.
A little. I think
Believed in
so.
the team?
Believed?
I think so because you have to remember earlier this season, this was a Syracuse team that was playing the two best teams in the country. They lost to North Carolina
By 8 goals.
by a lot, and then they then played Northwestern the next week, and they lost again. But those were against the two of the top 3 teams in the country. So it was like, okay.
Those are the teams that Syracuse is supposed to be competitive with.
Right.
But it was like, okay. It was like, okay, you're losing to these teams, but then you beat Stanford in overtime, who Stanford was a top 10 team at the time.
Double overtime in the Dome.
It was a good win though. It was like, okay, it gives you some belief. Yeah, this team might still be pretty good. They might not be one of the top 4 teams in the country.
You skipped a week where they lost to 14th ranked Clemson in the Dome against a Clemson program that's not even 5 years old.
I'm saying but they bounced back. They gave you some hope.
I don't know. Some hope. I feel like that's pretty generous.
I think after that was where you lost it. I mean, that's where I was getting there.
I mean, completely.
Well,
Sure.
Sorry, we jumped the gun a little bit
Yeah.
on Timmy's long story about the
The build-up. You were getting there.
ebbs and flows of.
But in the end, we can all agree that this season was not what we were hoping for.
It's not
at all.
It's not at all. I mean, that's the ultimate reality, is that this is so disappointing. And the one thing, I mean, you have to look back at that Virginia Tech game.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you lose to Virginia Tech? That team is just not good at all. It was a bottom team in the ACC.
Yeah.
They barely squeaked into the ACC tournament. I mean, that's just like an embarrassing loss right there. It was the epitome of a bad season.
Well, forget about that loss. Losing by 5 to Stanford in the ACC tournament, a chance to say, okay, Syracuse not going to go down without a fight. Good? You good there, buddy? Okay.
We're good.
Just want to make sure. Syracuse lost by 5 last night. This was an opportunity to say, okay, Syracuse, one of the best teams in the country. Syracuse is back. Let's go. And did not happen.
I think also...
And they came back. Syracuse was winning.
Yeah.
I mean...
3 at the
halftime.
Yeah.
I know.
And 4 right before
I think
the half.
that's what I almost feel like the second half was such a letdown that the loss by the end of the game was
Makes
like,
it worse.
well, we had a lead and then we let it go. My heart was broken before the game even ended. Like this, it was a bummer.
I think, before the game, people just knew the season was kind of already over.
It came to a close.
It felt like the season was almost over. But, I mean, the fact that you lose the second half 10-2, I mean, that is
unacceptable.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, we do have to, I do have to say one thing. We have to give our congratulations. Because in a game like this, you have to take the small things. You have to say, okay, the game stunk. Syracuse lost by 5. But when someone beats an all-time record, you got to say your congratulations. Emma Ward, congratulations.
Congratulations.
The top
if you're watching.
assist leader in Syracuse program history. Past Katie Rowan, who's now the head coach at UAlbany.
Very well deserved.
Very well deserved.
Very
165 career assists, that's not easy.
Yeah.
Easy. But it doesn't hide the fact that this loss was not good for Syracuse. And now, I don't even believe this team should make the NCAA tournament.
But I think they will.
I think they will, but I don't think they should.
Because there's 15 teams that are at large that make the NCAA tournament, and so Syracuse should make it.
Okay, well, let me give you all some facts. And
Story time again.
Not story time.
Oh.
I'm gonna do some questions. Do you think a team that is 9-8 deserves to win? A team that has 8 losses and 9 wins deserves to be in the NCAA tourney?
Well, when you say it like that, no.
Okay.
I would agree.
Does a team that ends its regular season and their conference tournament on a 3-game losing streak deserve to be in the NCAA
And
tournament?
loses in the quarterfinals.
No.
I included that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep.
No, definitely not.
Does a team that lost to 2 unranked opponents while being in the top 15 deserve to be in the NCAA tournament?
No.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay, fine. Timmy gets a maybe not for that one.
When you put it like that, Griffin,
Not good.
maybe they are on the edge. Maybe they don't make the NCAA tournament. I mean, it's really close. I mean, when you put it like that, when you've lost to 2 unranked teams, That's pretty bad. I mean,
the tournament's definitely on the cusp, but I do think
they should make it. They should make it because I think they'll make it partly in the fact that it's Syracuse and it's just a storied program for women's lacrosse.
True.
So because of that, I think possibly they do make it, but it is just concerning, where to go from here after this season. Syracuse women's lacrosse is. I mean, hope. Do you guys have hope for next year, or are you a little concerned?
Let's not think about next year. You gotta focus on whatever this year goes.
The
selection show a week from Sunday.
Yeah, selection show is May 4th, so we'll find out if Syracuse women's lacrosse is going to continue its season or not. But we're up against a break here on Newhouse Afternoon. But when we come back, we got to talk about some New York pro sports, the Knicks, the Mets. We got it all coming up on Newhouse Afternoon.
Hey, this is former Syracuse basketball.
What are we doing, Whaley?
What's wrong?
You actually watching that? Of course.
Timmy.
I had an attack, bro, mid-block.
A coughing fit? It's okay.
It's okay, Tim. I'll just leave you muted.
I need some water is what I need.
Do you not have any?
I ran out.
Oh, run and grab some. You have time.
Okay, well, Timmy's going to go on a little mission.
I'll be back.
You want to bring me back some? Jeez. You want to pick that up? Well, interesting. How's your day going, Jazz?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Day's going so well because it's warm outside. I feel that I talk about this quite frequently, about how the weather affects my mood, but it does. So I'm going to keep saying it.
It's valid.
It is valid. I know.
Thoughts on Syracuse men's basketball?
Syracuse men's basketball. Well, when we talked about it a few weeks ago, I said that I was excited, and I am still excited.
You're excited?
I'm more excited than what's to come for. Actually, I don't know. Are you more excited for football or basketball?
Basketball.
I think so too. I think having
a good basketball team.
It's fun.
I mean, if Syracuse basketball is good, there is nothing in the world that is better. Maybe
if Syracuse men's basketball is good, Griffin is going to wear the pink wig to all home games.
Sure.
Really?
No.
I was like, Jordan, clip that. If Syracuse men's basketball is
bad. If Syracuse, the vibe is just so good. Like, people are at the games.
The dome is
Marshall Street is packed.
So high.
The vibe is just high.
Varsity pizza after. Everyone's cheering.
Get the marching band. You better
Maybe I'll dye my hair or
Timmy, you should apologize to the headset.
Yeah, I am sorry. I by mistake dropped that headset on the ground.
Say apologize to the headset.
I'm not apologizing to the headset. What are we talking about? Men's basketball?
No, we're talking about our days.
Cool. Yeah, our day. I said my day. Your day has to be. Even if you're having a bad day today, you can't really have a bad day because the sun's out.
Exactly. You just walk out. If you're having a bad day, just walk outside.
Just lay on the grass.
Really.
Eat a popsicle.
Been there, done that.
Popsicle.
Okay.
Popsicle. You know what I had?
Froyo.
Oh.
I was just about to say I had Froyo yesterday.
For the first time?
First time.
So good. I haven't had it.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
And I don't like. I don't really like sweets and all of that stuff.
I
went
yesterday for the first. One of my friends recommended it. I was like, dude, that is a great idea.
And was that that was the one where no toppings or free toppings or whatever, unlimited.
It was like a.
Was it on Marshall?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to the one. There's one on Marshall though, right?
That's what you're talking about, right, Jazz?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I went to one by Westcott.
Oh, I have heard of that. I haven't been there.
Yeah, it was Weightless Wednesday. I don't know how.
It was what?
Weightless Wednesday. So you just can get however much you want because they weigh it.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Really quick.
Sure. We have 45. Just letting you know. What?
If we go out at 55, I really want to talk last show. So do quick.
Just go quick on just kind of touch on the Knicks game and Mets and then we can
and then we can kind of reminisce.
Word. Let's go.
Guys. I'm just kidding. Griffin, don't cry, okay? Don't cry now.
No, try not to though. It might sound bad on the mic, so just be careful.
Says you. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's actually true. No, he's right. He is right.
No argument.
And
Who's taking a sip?
97.7 and 100.1. Watch live on QSportsTalk.com. Tomorrow's broadcasting stars today. Broadcasting live from the campus of Syracuse University. This is Newhouse Afternoon.
For one final time this semester, welcome back into Newhouse Afternoon. Griffin Bloomstein here alongside Jaslyn Salinas and Timmy Weiss on ESPN Radio Syracuse 97.7. It's a big day, playoffs action for the Knicks. Game 3 is tonight against the Pistons. 7 p.m. tip-off. Series tied at 1-1. We'll go quickly around, see who we have winning this game tonight.
I think that the Knicks are going to lose.
Oh.
I know that could be shocking for New York fans, but
they are the favorite.
The Pistons are just brimming with confidence right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Cade Cunningham is balling out. Give me the Pistons.
Yeah, all right.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks. I love Jalen Brunson, and honestly, he was actually named the NBA Clutch Player of the Year. I think he's gonna clutch up tonight. So I got the Knicks.
Game 3, Pistons on a roll. They go back to their home court. Detroit's gonna win a playoff game at Little Caesars Arena, which I think is one of my favorite arena names.
Yeah, that is cool, arena name.
All right. Good Knicks talk. I'm not a big fan of Jalen Brunson. I got to say it. Sorry. I just had to say it. Jalen Brunson.
We'll argue about that later.
Yeah, we can do that.
He's low-key playing really well in the playoffs. 35 points.
He is playing very well.
8 assists. All right.
He's a very good player.
I'll be less of a hater on Jalen Brunson. And the best team in baseball right now, according to Timmy.
They are. I mean, right now, they have the best record in baseball.
There we go.
Right
18-7.
Not the best team.
The New York Mets. LGM. Let's go Mets.
Mets, they're damn good. I mean, that's what you got to say about the Mets right now. I mean, they good gritty win over the Phillies yesterday, 4-3 in extra innings. I mean, the one thing about this team that's standing out right now is that it's not Juan Soto that's leading the way. It's other guys right now. It's Lindor. It's Alonso. It's these other guys that are taking them to the promised land right now. I mean, and you just gotta think that Soto's. It's only a matter of time.
It's early in the season.
It's still early in the season. Whatever. Best record in baseball. Things are going well.
Calm your horses, buddy.
Things are still going well.
I mean, Pete Alonso leads the team in batting average, home runs, RBIs, OBP, on base percentage.
But it's early on.
And hits. But it's early on. Mets fans didn't even want to re-sign Pete Alonso. Let's be real. Mets fans. Yeah. I have a lot of Mets friends. Friends that are fans of the Mets.
There you go.
And, they're passionate.
But
you can't let them get too high on their horses.
Because it's early in the season.
Because it's early in the season.
Right.
It's true.
All right.
Totally fair.
Let's, it's been a long semester. Long year.
Long year, actually.
As we say goodbye to our good friends over at ESPN Radio Syracuse, all our listeners and viewers on Q Sports Talk. Let's recap some of the interesting moments we've had on the show.
Timmy, do you have a top moment, funny moment maybe?
Yeah, I do have a top moment. My top moment has got to be just beating Griffin in trivia almost every single time.
I recall Timmy cheating on that
gotta
first.
Be. I mean, it was so fun being able to beat him almost every time. I mean, I think there was only one time that I lost. It's pretty good.
Speaking of the trivia, I think it was always fun, pre-show when Griffin would talk so much smack, say he's the best at trivia, and then by the end of the show be in a pink bob wig.
Every
great.
time too. I mean, every
great.
time he's like, "Wow, I'm gonna beat you. I'm so good at trivia,
I'm the trivia guy."
And he lost literally every single time.
I don't recall. Timmy cheated. Jazz was a good host, but kind of let Timmy cheat. That's all I got to say on that.
Right.
I think the funny clip of us when we've mentioned it a couple times, but like Quentin Allen is tough. when Jazz said that and then started laughing because none of us even noticed anything. That was funny.
Yeah, we were giving our Dart Awards
Darty Awards
and Darty Awards, and the T was for tough, and I did a little fun. I don't even know phrase. I thought it would be funny.
Just like a cool phrase.
But you guys never picked up on my.
Yeah, basically Jazz goes, he's tough. And me and Griffin just like stood there like and looked at the camera, like no idea like what had just happened.
Because I think I was ready to like yell at you for a different idea.
Yeah, you guys were already going at it, and then I kind of threw that in, and I was completely disregarded. So
Jazz is like the middleman, like for us. Like we literally like, me and Griffin are arguing, and Jazz is like the separator that like makes sure like
on the show for sure
that we don't like fight during the show. Yeah.
Well, you should be a little scared,
right?
Because you know what's gonna happen if we get into more arguments. I mean, if Syracuse men's lacrosse keeps playing this way, we might need to. But thank you all for listening here on ESPN Radio Syracuse for Newhouse Afternoon this whole semester and the fall one for one last time. Griffin Bloomstein, Jaslyn Salinas, and Timmy Weiss. Coming up, here is the Sports Show with Cody Mack at 3 o'clock. Thank you.